This series is about my sixth Ford Ranger. I've owned 6 of them over the years, and they were all the same. Long box, V6, fleet. The fleet Rangers never had all the bells and whistles. It was just a truck. That was all I wanted. My first Ranger was a 1984. Then I got an 87. Then an 89. Then a 93. And finally a 2007. This is an image of my 2007 Ford Ranger one day before it was sold with 194,000 miles. And here it is setting next to the new Ranger, the 2022. It was special ordered as a super cab, 6-foot 1-inch box, vinyl floor, cloth seats, mud flaps, and the rear seat delete. I had this Protecta bed guard from my 2007 Ford Ranger. When the bed started to go bad, I bought this universal rubber mat and put it in, knowing that eventually, after an 11-month wait, I did get my 2022 Ford Ranger. But anyway, I bought it with the idea that I'd take it out of the 07 and put it in the 22. So I bought the universal because I couldn't see buying 2 mats. So I bought the mat. The universal was 8 foot long. I cut it to 7 foot, put it in the 2007 Ranger, and ran it until the day that I sold it. Then I dropped that in the 22 and cut it to 6 foot 1 inch. It's not going to go around the wheel wells, but I couldn't see buying 2 bed mats. Now the reason why I chose the Protecta bed guard is it's very thick and it's got ribbing on it, and it not only looks good, but it is a very tough mat, and it isn't slippery when wet. And also the underside has those little nubbins so that there's an airflow under the bed so that water won't collect and it will dry out. So when I drop the bed mat in, even though the 22 Ranger is wider than the 07, there was still a little bit of the mat that rode up the wheel wells. It was going to have to get trimmed. So to trim the mat, I just centered it in the bed so that it was equal on both sides going up the wheel well. And I used a standard utility knife and carefully cut around so that it mostly fits. And the final image here is with both sides cut, and it looks pretty good. And to do it, I suppose, proper, I'd have to buy 2 bed mats. And when I sold the truck, the bed mat, I couldn't transfer it over because the wheel wells and everything would be different and it wouldn't fit. So by getting the universal and a little bit of cutting, I made it work.